The black helicopter crowd notion of
tyranny's always lurking just around the corner.
Conspiracy theory. They've been crazy, but now they're right.
black helicopter crowd really is upset.
The people are stupid and they're drunk. There'll be a revolution and they're going to lose. There are too many guns and too many people ready to fight them. I am a man of peace, but we have gangsters running this country. Criminals, gangsters.
We're normal. We see total criminal takeover, the death of freedom.
It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history. I'm trying to awaken people, but look at the morons around you. They're zombies.
You're listening to Black Helicopter News on the Armageddon Records Network. And now here's your host.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Robinson, and today we'll be running through what's making headlines, and later on we have a special report on the white robe beings. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a moment to talk to you about a few things. I know I have not put out a podcast for the last 2 weeks. Everything's okay. I've just been really busy and didn't have time and didn't want to force one out. Also, I've been trying to unburn a lot of bridges because as a part of my awakening, I cannot have that negative energy hanging over me. I'm not perfect. I'm weak. I'm twisted. I've sinned, but I don't get any sick enjoyment watching humanity struggle on its knees. And I've prayed to the Maker to turn the tide of evil in this world. But I don't think that's going to happen. The only thing I can do is be the change I want to see in this world. Also, I want to let everyone know that I'm working on new music, which will premiere here on this show first. Okay, moving on. Let's see what's making headlines.
Here's what's in the news.
Murder victims' parents. Talking parrot, witness son's killing, knows who did it. This is an amazing story and very bizarre. There was a murder in Michigan, and the only witness was their parrot. How they know this is that it was at the house at the same time the bird is there. The bird was mimicking an aggressive conversation with them and was heard saying, "Don't fucking shoot." So they're hoping to observe the parrot and see if it gives any more clues, and if so, it'll be going to court. FEMA bracing for the earthquake that'll decimate the Pacific Northwest. A lot of countries, including ours, are gearing up for a massive 9-point-something earthquake. I want to know, is there connections to HAARP? Is this weather manipulation by the elite? That way they can create the catalyst for a new world order? A great earthquake such as that would, in fact, usher in a new world order. Luckily, they're saying this is from the northwest. I live on the northeast. But I feel bad for our brothers and sisters along that fault line that will be decimated. Scientists have successfully reversed the aging process using experimental gene therapy. This is amazing too. This is news. Life extension technology could be mastered within our lifetime. If we can last another 50 years, we might be able to live 200. Who knows? The possibilities are limitless. Next up, basic income, the world's simplest plan to end poverty explained. This is something I posted that originally came out on Vox.com. I posted this on our Facebook page, Black Helicopter News. Go out and like the page. This is the deal. If humanity was serious about eliminating poverty, this could be the way to go. Basic income would eliminate all the big budget items such as welfare and this and that, and this would just cut it down to the simple thing of giving everyone like $35,000 a year. And then anything else you work adds on top of that. This would, in my opinion, I feel that this is something that would reduce crime, and it would be a step towards the right direction in evolving consciousness. Okay, U.S. government may soon approve the first private moon mission. This won't end well, folks, mark my words. There's extraterrestrial biological entities stationed on the dark side of our moon, and they don't want us up there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special report coming up next, but first, ladies and gentlemen, right now on Armageddon Records Shop on eBay, we've got books, video games, clothing, and much more. including the digital download cards for my last two musical efforts, Philosopher's Stone and Rorschach Test. You can get both of these EPs for only $9.99, and your money goes towards helping build this operation. What are you waiting for? Vote with your dollars and send a message to the New World Order by supporting the alternative media and independent artists. One more time, Philosopher's Stone and Rorschach Test digital albums, both for $9.99 on Armageddon Records Shop or on eBay.
You're listening to Black Helicopter News. This is a special report.
Okay, and we're back. Next, we got a special report on the white robe beings. This is on Black Helicopter News on Facebook. Check it out. Betty Anderson recalled under hypnosis that as a teenager she was taken into an alien craft which entered a body of water and emerged in an underground complex. In the underground complex, she was told by gray beings that she was going to be taken home to see the One. This woman had extensive hypnotic regression. Some of the highlights of this are: she recalls seeing a wall of glass and a big door. A door after a door after a door. He's stopping there and he says, "Now you shall enter the door to see the One." At this point she enters an out-of-body state and hovers through the door. At this point she becomes very happy in her interview. She's saying she's going into this bright light and she's becoming happy and she's feeling that everything is one. This is a typical description of a near-death experience, or even a state of nirvana that comes when you reach a high level of consciousness through something tragic, like a near-death experience or death itself. This has been sought by yogis and mystics the world over for hundreds of years, thousands. After leaving the door of the One, she reports encountering mysterious white-robed beings. She describes a tall person with white hair and a white nightgown, and he's motioning for her to go with him. His nightgown is glowing, his hair is white, and he's got blue eyes, and look like a normal human, not like the gray aliens she encountered earlier. In another case, around that time, another man, Raymond Fowler, pointed out similar beings like that reported by the Italian Navy, July 4th, 1978. Describes a red, pulsating, domed disc which landed, and two tall, golden-haired, white-robed beings, and 3 or 4 shorter beings, shorties, wearing helmets and spacesuits. This is amazing. And also, out-of-body experiences not always connected with UFOs, but there are references to beings in white robes described by out-of-body experiences, like when people see angels and such. Some people have been reported to feeling the white-robed being was Christ. There's many cases where white-robed beings are described in the many UFO databases. Some people are abducted outright. Some have a mystical experience where they meet on the astral plane. A British UFO investigator, Jenny Randalls, discussed a possibly related case in '64. White-haired being from a UFO. And this was reported by a former self-confessed phony medium and professional magician, but he also had an account himself, claimed, from the dentist. The gas that was administered, he had an out-of-body experience. It's amazing. Look, so you can have this kind of experience like from many different ways. These aliens often warned people about a terrible Holocaust on the earth. That's what I'm trying to preach with this podcast. One can hypothesize these beings were dreams or hallucinations, but it raises the question, why would people independently have similar dreams? These beings might actually exist. I think that they're operating in physical bodies.
This has been a worldwide broadcast. End of